podcast, and I thought it would be fun to stream it. So we're gonna do that. He's gonna do his thing. He's in charge. I'm not in charge. I'm not even here. Just pretend I'm not here. I'm not here. Louis is here.
Even when he's talking, just
Sheldon?
pretend he's not here.
Yeah, exactly.
Sheldon
Did you
doesn't
disable
exist.
chat on purpose or like? Oh, there it is. Okay. No, it disappeared.
So Louis, do your thing.
I'll do my thing. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Great Podcast. It's my podcast, The Disappointing Podcast.
I am so disappointed.
We're gonna.
I like how you told me it was great, and then you told me how disappointing it is.
I mean, the podcast itself is called Disappointing Podcast, so.
But it's a great podcast. But
it's a great disappointing podcast, like better than other disappointing podcasts.
perfect.
Anyways,
Love it.
yeah.
So is it the least disappointing podcast or the most disappointing podcast?
It's
He's like, God damn it.
anyways, we're gonna be talking about the My Little Pony movie. Yay!
That movie's stupid. I never seen it. What are you talking about?
Why are you here if you have never seen it?
Seriously, you expect me to go to a theater and watch a movie about My Little Ponies like several times?
Yeah, that sounds
that's
really
stupid.
that sounds really embarrassing and cringy to me. So I would avoid doing that.
Guys, as long as you don't spoil me on the movie. I've only seen it 5 times.
Oh, I'm
Aren't
gonna
you
let you
at
know
6
right
now?
now.
10? Or maybe,
Everybody dies in the end.
Oh man.
So what are we doing, Louis?
What are we doing? We're gonna be talking about the movie, but we're gonna be talking about the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
First, as in the intro and the
We
villain.
got the beat. We got the beat. Yeah,
That was
we
fucking.
got
I have
the
to
beat.
say, I hated that part. I thought it was fucking.
Oh really?
stupid.
No.
You didn't like the whole.
No, I
cover
hated
of-
the. Yeah, I thought that was like it's. I guess it's a good way to start the movie, but just like the idea that they did a cover of that song to like I don't know why that music is necessary, right? You could just do some sweeping orchestra or something. I
Well,
don't know.
the reason is they wanted to make it as marketable as possible, and that song is actually pretty popular to be used in kid shows.
Yeah, but it's terrible, isn't it? It's just awful. It's an
Well, I
awful
mean, their
piece of
cover
music.
was, comparatively speaking. I mean, it was like about as close to like music I actually like as they'll get to the show. So I'm just like, it's all right.
Oh, it's awful. You have shit taste. Terrible taste.
No. Well, no, I myself would to hear. I mean, of course, it would be great to hear like the Misfits or something like that. But it's as close as you'll get, and then they have Psy. So yeah.
Too much to ask for some Pink Floyd.
I was. Well, depends what song. Do you want them to do
Run Like Hell.
if they could do a cover on Run Like Hell, I would be satisfied with this movie.
Could be Fly Like Hell.
It would 10 out of 10.
Pretty Fly for a White Pony.
That's really, really cringy. But yeah.
Princesses did nothing again. That's wonderful.
Well, that's pretty much their job right now.
The main character did quite a bit. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Louis. Did we watch the same fucking
The
movie?
best princess.
Well, she kind of just bitched and moaned throughout the entire movie.
Did we watch the same movie?
I will say this movie was not unpredictable. It was like,
You can see it from a mile away, but you can like always see My Little Pony from a mile away.
Oh no, I know. It was.
It's not
So
about the destination.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty much like, see what they're gonna do, but you know what? Hey, it looks cool, so yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
We should say like what we sort of said before. Like, if you've been a fan of My Little Pony up through like at least season 3, the end of season 3, and you're like kind of like, oh, I haven't seen Pony in a while. Should I go see this movie? Yes.
Yeah.
Like all you need to know is like the end of season 3. As long as you know Twilight's a princess now, there's nothing in the movie that you'll be like, oh my god, what's going on? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Like it picks up pretty easily.
It's pretty self-contained too. It doesn't try to present anything else, unless of course you count it is world building, but you know that every piece of the world they built was strictly for the movie, so we'll probably never see it again.
Probably. I hope. Not.
Yeah, it's like what Corp says. Like, there's another thing here too. Like, over the if you've seen like the first 3 seasons of the show, and you've experienced kind of all these episodes with all these characters, like you just automatically give more shit about the characters in the movie, right? Than you would if you walked in like some retarded normie. And like, because the movie hardly does anything to get you to give a shit about the main cast. Like, they obviously try, like Twilight, obviously there's a lot more going on there, and maybe Pinky as well, but everyone else is just like,
I almost kind of wish I had like stopped watching the show like back at season 3 and seen this movie come out and then went to see it, because I imagine seeing this will just make me into a fucking brony all over again. So.
Well, I mean, I have to admit, it's really cool. It's predictable, but it's like for me, I'm a big fan of traditional animation, right? So every time I see something in Flash, my first thought is, boy, I bet that would look cool in like traditional animation. And this was like, so for like years of watching My Little Pony, my first thought has always been, boy, I bet these would look cool in traditional animation. And you know what? They really do. They look really cool.
It almost looks like real traditional animation, most of it.
It is.
It's really beautiful.
It was all hand drawn. It was like digitally colored and stuff, but and no, the backgrounds weren't hand done, but comparatively speaking, it was pretty traditional.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was done in Toon Boom, so it's.
Well, it was still you can do frame by frame in Toon Boom.
Oh yeah, you could do it in Flash too.
Yeah.
It was beautiful though. It was very beautiful.
Oh, you know what? I forgot I forgot. Did you guys also watch the little short before the movie?
I did.
If you count that as part, yeah, sure, yeah.
But Sheldon didn't, because Sheldon. Or did you go?
No,
did
I
they
saw
have
it. Yeah, I saw it. It was dumb. I don't care.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
Yeah, it was pretty.
I guess I'm the only one who liked it.
Well, I think it was written by Dave Polsky.
Yes.
Yeah, it was terrible. Exactly. That's
it
why
was like terrible. No, like literally. I think it.
Yes, it was, and it's Megan's show. I think Owen said it's Megan's like original thing. I know, trash, garbage. Anyway,
it was like, oh, I didn't come here to this girly shit. Get on with the ponies.
Yeah, the entire time I'm like, oh my god, how long is this?
I liked it better than the movie.
Oh, get out!
I'll kill you.
They're lying.
How dare you tell me to get out of my own podcast?
Get out.
Back to the the art. Like, I guess we can broadly, expand from just the animation to the just kind of the design in general. Like, it's pretty effective, and the whole thing. Like, when I first watched this, it was kind of jarring. Like, because you're not really used to it, right? Like, it's completely different, and it. I was ambivalent, man. Like, half of me was like, this is gorgeous, I fucking love this, and half of me was like, oh my god, why does that fucking Zeppelin look like such shit? Why does that treasure chest look like such shit? Why doesn't it look like they're actually, their legs are attached to the scaffolding while they fucking run across it, right? But like, those moments are so few and far between. It was that it was not even a problem. And it's like a compromise, right? Because, well, I guess they could have theoretically done this entire movie traditionally drawn and not using the 3D models and then not doing any of that. But how long would it have took? How much money would they have spent?
Yeah, if they went like the total red line, way of animating, did everything by hand, everything like, painfully perfect.
Well, there's like this you got to be pragmatic to some degree, and obviously, I think what they did, they made a compromise, and I think it's perfectly fine. It's very nice. It's like some of the fucking shots in this movie, and some of the just the framing and the fucking the wide fucking landscape shots and shit are just fucking like, whoa, man. Like, they're especially when you see them in theater. Like, it's
a scene that really stands out for me was in the We Got This Song, Twilight's part. where she's flying and she's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
flying
yeah,
over the
yeah.
water and under the bridge, and
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
kind of like playing with the water a little, and that's just like beautiful. You can see like the feathers in her wings, like each one is individually like flapping in the breeze. It's just like, oh
Mhm.
wow.
I thought it was really cool where she was singing into the reflection of the water, and
Yeah.
they animated both the regular her and her reflection, and like added the computer effects to make the water ripple on the reflection. It was
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm talking
it's
about.
like they put a lot of work into this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Owen said, or he pointed this out. I didn't really notice it, but I guess that just goes to show how like well implemented it was. Like when all the characters are like running or like just doing their own thing, they're all like particularly animated to how they would all act in
Mhm.
any particular moment. Like, in the show, it's a cheaper budget, and they're all, if they're all just in a room, they're all just kind of, well, like, if you go back to season 1 and 2, they're usually
God.
all doing
Yeah, yeah.
they're all doing kind of different things, like more often than they do nowadays.
They just
But,
kind of like slightly move the puppets just a little different.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
like, yeah.
exactly. But in this movie, in all it, like in the chase scenes, like Pinkie Pie's usually like smiling or laughing or something, while everyone else has like looks of concerns on their faces. And,
Yeah.
and during the tango song, when
Oh god.
when Capper
One
leave,
thing?
when
No, yeah, yeah.
when barbed guy
Dick.
Barb Dick leads
Oh god.
leads them into his house, when they're like walking, dancing, I guess, kind of whatever. When they're fucking walking with him, they're all doing something unique. So like
Yeah.
they like, again, this attention to detail in every little scene, they've meticulously like made each of those characters doing something unique or something a little bit different to have them stand out, as per their characterization, generally speaking, which is like really cool. Like that's exactly the kind of touch you expect from like a theatrical release, right?
Yeah.
Just this
Yep.
extra nuance and this extra detail. So that's just fucking cool, right? Because this is like I'm waiting for fucking 3 years for this shit, right? Oh my god, is it gonna be good? Are they gonna fucking ruin it? Oh shit, Megan's working on it and Jason's working on it. Oh god, the show hasn't been good since Megan and Jason has been
And
around.
Did Rarity get fucked by the barbed penis? I mean, these are the
Yeah.
questions we need to
No.
What? Well, I think
I don't know. I
obviously
thought
they all
that
did. They all
scene
did.
where well, I thought that scene where it was like all like panning into the house and they're all like giggling
Yeah.
and stuff.
on the bed.
That was pretty weird. I was like,
Yeah, man. I was like, oh damn.
I was like, that was just a meme, guys. That was supposed to be a funny joke, but you guys are making it happen in the movie. Oh my god.
oh god.
yeah. Yeah. The visuals again. They're for the most part really
What about the
fucking good.
sound? Like, do you guys notice?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Dolby?
Oh.
Like when you see the ponies flying, you can really hear the
Oh.
wings and
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like awesome. For instance, when Tempest walking around, like yeah, they replace the regular sound of hooves with the sound of steel, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's badass.
yeah, it gave her like that little extra.
Yeah, just that little extra oomph for her character, and you're like, oh shit, she totally looks like she's gonna fuck something up here.
And also you can tell, like, because it's a movie, like the recording environments and shit are like way better. And
Yeah,
the technology they're using is way better. And it just sounds incredible. Like you go back and listen to the show and it's like fucking trash compared to what they have in the movie,
I mean, to be honest, going back to the show after the movie just made me want to like slip my wrists.
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, we all
guys.
yeah. It's like, fuck, I feel like I've been spoiled. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, it's like it's kind of like what I've been wanting for years. I've always been like, geez, I'd sure like to see this done with traditional animation. You're crazy. It would look terrible. And then it's like, no, actually, it's pretty good.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So what now, Louis?
What? Oh, jeez. Why you gotta point
Our
at me?
fearless fucking leader over here.
Jesus Christ. Thanks, buddy.
No problem, dude.
I love you. I guess we could talk about the villain and the side villains. Is
Okay.
what
about
was that? What was that guy's name?
Storm King.
Storm
Yeah,
King.
this.
I don't know.
It-
It's a simple.
in
It's a
other
simple
words-
name.
In other words, as I like to refer to him, as basically trying to copy James Woods' role as Hades from Hercules. Is like,
Oh yeah, he was. Huh?
Yeah, he kind of that's good.
it's like literally he's just like, I'm trying to be James Woods from Hercules with this bad guy, and you're like,
Yeah, now that you
It's-
mentioned it.
I guess it's like Diet Hades. In a way.
Yeah, he's not as cool as Hades, but I thought he was pretty. I thought like the whole thing was really good with the Storm King.
I liked him.
For the
He had
most part.
personality. He had something. I cared a little bit when he eventually died.
Speaking of his death, like the first time I went to see the movie, there was like tons and tons of kids in the theater, and it was like, and when he died and shattered in like 1,000 pieces, like every kid in the theater just burst into laughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the weirdest fucking thing. I'm just sitting there, and it's like, oh, he shattered. That's kind of morbid. And then you just every kid's like, and I'm just like looking over
I mean, to
my
be fair,
shoulder.
he deserved it. So you know.
Yeah,
He
but
deserved it. Yeah, he's really cool. I like how he's not like just this stoic, like bad guy. Who's just like mostly emotionless or like, aha, I'm like all powerful and fear me and.
yeah, no, but
Like-
he was just trying to be like James Wood doing Hades. You know, it was like. It's almost like that's what they said. It's like, hey, you know, you seen Hercules, right? Yeah. Oh, you know James Woods, right? Yeah. Do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not sure, but I all I'm saying is that I like the direction here. Like it like
Yeah.
I'm not really seeing Hades from Hercules at all, actually.
because Storm
But-
like it's kind of the same thing. Like Hades is like this kind of schizoid like lunatic. So like it's the same kind of deal.
Kiss, we
as
schmooze,
Storm.
we carry on, we go home happy. What do you think?
Although I guess Hades is a little bit more grounded than the Storm King. I mean, the Storm King seems a bit more unhinged to me, and I just mean like generally speaking. Like when Hades got serious, like it really felt like he had more composure and control than
Yeah.
than the Storm King. Although you don't see as much as the Storm King as you do of Hades, but I guess
Yeah.
here it's really nice because you do get that balance of like somebody who you can believe is competent to some degree, but is also like grounded insofar as well he's so confident in himself and his abilities that he just fucks around and jokes around and he feels as though he's won already, right? So he has no compunction with being a goofball, which
Well,
is
he's
kind of-
literally running the world using just his confidence.
exactly yeah.
Yeah,
it's just-
which you know is interesting because like this basically means Equestria is like a place not screwed over by the Storm King, and like no one has mentioned it. Like really, like
Yeah, it looks
the
like
entire
almost-
world is being
Yeah.
taken over by Hitler, and we're just like, let's have some pizza.
Yeah, it is odd how seemingly Celestia, like the way the communication is exchanged between the lands here. Like is it like we're probably later on going to get into how Celestia or what Celestia knew about the hippogriffs being attacked, or her knowledge of the Storm King. Like she probably knew about the Storm King, but she doesn't seem to know that like the hippogriff's kingdom has been that badly destroyed, or that like the Storm King, like you say, has taken over like half of the fucking world, right? And if she is aware of it, then it just seems it just seems weird from the beginning.
Oh
where she-
yeah.
you know, it's like I don't know. Maybe she does know
Yeah.
though. I don't know.
Yeah, but what did everybody think of Tempest?
Don't you mean fizzy
Fizzle Pop?
pop?
Yeah,
berry
yeah.
twist, Whatever.
Fizzle. Yeah.
Hey, have you guys
Fizzle
looked
Pop,
up
Berry
Fizzle Pop on Urban Dictionary?
No.
Ah,
What does that mean?
it's basically when you take 7-Up and you put it inside of a girl's, and
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot.
It's a
I
thing.
don't like it.
Are you telling me a show about written by feminists about female characters has references to lesbianism? I'm shocked.
So yeah, Fizzlepop Berry Twist. I don't know. When I first saw her, I thought she'd be some like edgy, like broken horned OC. I was like, this is shit. I was already prejudging her, but she actually worked out like okay. I thought she made a pretty good villain. And
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed her the villain. But one thing that the villain Tempest. But one thing that really bothered me was the movie was kind of setting up for her to kind of betray the Storm King, and we didn't really get that at the end. Like, she was just kind of still there by his side, because in the scene where he's talking about, oh, they'll finally see my true power and whatnot, and freaking Storm comes in and is like, oh, what does that mean? Fucking little midget guy says, you're bidding. And, through that scene, I'm thinking, oh, at the end of this movie, she's going to betray him or something, and we don't get that at all. It's really disappointing.
Well, I like I said, the writing is...
I mean, I don't think it was disappointing what we got.
Yeah. Oh, no.
It's not like a super big disappointment. It's just like a little disappointing thing.
Well,
that
I didn't really
I don't know how would she have... I mean, she kind of does betray him insofar as, like, he comes back, right, after the twister.
Yeah.
He throws the ball, and then she, like, sacrifices herself to stop him, and that kills him.
But that's like, that's like after she made friends with Twilight or something. I don't know.
I have to disagree with you a little bit, Louis. Like, and I think it's understandable though why you would see that little scene as being like indicative of she's going to try and take over, because if you know about the backstory a little bit more from the prequel book, she's saying that because she's really got a grudge against ponies, and she wants to show the ponies what she can be like when her magic is restored, and she wants to show them what she can do. I don't think it's really like she's gonna overthrow the Storm King, because throughout the entire book, the prequel, and I think in the movie as well, her entire motivation is just to get her horn back. She could give a shit about what the Storm King wants. She just wants her horn.
I love how she's like so like oh yes, Storm King, you're so powerful.
Yeah. She doesn't care about him.
Yeah, she definitely seems like the more grounded individual in their interactions, and it's quite.
And it's like also like the interactions between Tempest and the Storm King were funny, because it was like there's like this scene where like he's walking by and he kind of just like pats her on the head, and it's kind of like it's like good doggy, go away now.
Good girl, yeah.
Her look on her face, man. The look on her face.
Exactly.
It's like that just dominates her, doesn't give a shit. Yeah, just completely using her. Yeah, it's great.
And she basically brings him all this mad. I mean, she does all the work.
She does all the work. Yeah.
If that was truly the case, why didn't she just take the staff for herself and just restore her own horn?
She probably doesn't know how to use it.
I mean, it seemed like the Storm King didn't know either. He was freaking messing around with the sun and the moon. Like, oh, I guess I can do this with the staff.
Oh, that's what this thing does. Okay.
I mean, just because he doesn't know about this one particular... Well, the only reason the sun and the moon thing works is because they took Celestia and Luna's power. So
yeah,
might not have known that. But,
or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they raised the sun and the moon, so I would imagine that's where it came from. But,
took the staff to control the weather.
So the staff in the art book, the crystal is from the Tree of Harmony, apparently. And like the movie doesn't mention this at all. I guess it's not necessary, but it would have been kind of cool if they like explained more of that shit. But it's just like yeah, it's a staff, and it just works. Yeah. Plot.
You know, I kind of feel like I really should have read the fucking prequel comics, because it's like there's so much that's just kind of like it's like, hey, they're fucking bird pirates now. Woo.
Well, they're the prequel comics and the prequel book.
I don't want to read anything beforehand. I want to see how this movie stands on itself beforehand.
I'm just saying, you know. But
which is still good. I mean.
Yeah, and there was one thing I kind of want to point out, and I have no idea if anyone else seen it. Has anyone else here seen Balto?
No.
No,
No.
no. Well, anyway, it's a really great like fucking animated movie. Anyone who hasn't seen it should really see it because it's anyway. There's like this scene at the start of Bolto where the bad guy is this big dog named Steel, and he kind of starts doing these like weird movements with his face when he's talking because he's like trying to act like a good guy in front of, and well, he's a sled dog and he's trying to act like a good guy in front of the humans and stuff, and he starts doing these like weird like facial movements and stuff. And there's this scene where Tempest gets all pissed off and she kind of starts doing like almost exactly the same movements, and I'm kind of wondering if it's supposed to be like a hidden little reference or something. I don't know. I thought it was
I
neat.
don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Did you guys notice that like the mirror like how the beginning of the movie really mirrored the first couple episodes of Pony?
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything from Twilight asking the princess for a favor, being turned down, organizing a party, each horse doing the same thing for this party they did in the first episode, all the way up to the villain coming, fucking things up, and then Twilight deciding she has to go on this quest by herself to save the day, and then the other ponies insisting they come along. It's like textbook.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was just like, hey, let's work with what we got.
Like, yeah, like
It worked
this
well
whole
though to
thing,
introduce the
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's like this whole movie is just like an MLP episode, right? Like
Yeah.
that's it's like it's
Yeah, it's the premiere we didn't get this season.
and the finale.
yeah, that's oh yeah, the finale is garbage, by the way. Everybody skip it. It's terrible.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's fucking trash.
Hey,
But,
this is about the movie, not the show.
But anyways,
yeah.
yeah. So this is just like an episode. Like if you like the finales or the premieres of the show, like you're gonna be completely satisfied with this. No
Yeah.
way. Like this is.
Oh yeah, totally. No,
exactly
it
what
was.
this is. It isn't. It does not really surprise you in any way. It
But
doesn't
it's
go
still
on
fun
par-
to watch. You're
Oh
all
yeah.
like,
Well, I fucking love that shit.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
you know, of course. But yeah, it's pretty great. So where's Discord?
where's Discord?
Yeah, where's Discord?
Probably at his house.
Probably hanging out with Sunset when she wasn't in the movie.
Couldn't he have like saved the day? Literal snap of his fingers.
Yeah, it seems to me Discord could have saved the day.
Do you think
Pretty
that's
quickly.
why they don't do epic finales anymore?
Because Discord is too epic.
Well, they did hand wave Discord. They Pinky blew up a balloon of him. That's basically them saying, "Yeah, we know." We
And
know.
then there was like
Not only
sunset
where's
for like a
Discord-
couple seconds.
Where's Starlight
not
Glimmer?
Starlight.
Yeah, where's
She,
Starlight
she,
Glimmer?
she
Like,
was there.
yeah,
for
but
like,
Where are all the
Yeah, but-
changelings? Where are all the dragons that are
Oh
now
no, that's
allies?
okay. Okay, now that's gay shit. Come on.
at some point, come on.
You make it sound like the dragons could take out the Storm King. Come
Well,
on. give
okay,
me-
their entire quest down to the south of the world or whatever
Yeah.
really didn't accomplish anything that they couldn't have accomplished by going somewhere
Well-
else and making friends. Like,
Well,
all they
that's
did
what I
make
was
friends.
saying. Is that like the thing? It like served no purpose. Like they didn't even come back with anything extra from the hippogriffs, and still beat the Storm King.
Yeah,
And so it's like honestly, those characters accomplished no purpose other than to have all the characters head somewhere to do something, and hey, let's make a movie about it. It's
the
like,
point. Well, wait. What's the what?
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that because I was
yeah.
saying
Well,
that,
the
and
thing
these
is,
guys were saying I
the
was
thing
crazy.
is,
No.
like with the older Generation 1 My Little Ponies, they frequently did that was almost always the plot. Was like every time there was like some new bad guy, they would have to go and find some new person or some new group of people that had some power that they had to bring back, and like they had to find the Flutter Ponies to get rid of the Smooths, they had to find the Moochick to get the Rainbow of Darkness, they had to find, in this one it's like they had to find the Hippogriffs. Well, they didn't really have to find them, they just kind of went back and
Yeah, but that's not the point, is it? I mean, like
I know, but it's still
the point is to stop the threat, right? So like
yeah.
I don't know.
They
why
should
this
have just
is-
gone
this
to the Queen
matters
of the
to
Hippos
anybody.
instead.
Like,
They should have gone to the
like
mood chick to get the
and
Rainbow
the
of
friends do
Light.
serve a purpose, don't they? They do help them get back into Canterlot.
Well,
They do help
sort
I
them
feel
set
like
the
anybody
tone.
could have done that.
Well, what do you mean, sort of?
Well, I mean, like, okay.
but you can write any scenario that would get them there with any character if you really
Yeah,
try.
speaking of writing a scenario that got them there, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's
What
like
about
they're
it?
on the island, they have no idea to get out. Boop, they're there. What?
Oh,
What?
No,
yeah,
did
yeah.
you hear what Pinkie Pie said? Like, I didn't hear this. I've seen the movie like 5 times.
Yeah.
I did not know this until someone pointed it out in the last podcast. At the
Right.
end of that scene on the beach, I thought Pinkie Pie said, "First, we got to make up a plan."
Well, I thought she
When
said
the-
bake up a plan.
That's what she says. She says, "Bake up a plan," and then they arrive in a cake.
Oh,
was like,
That's pretty great. I like it.
one thing someone pointed out in the last podcast was
Yeah.
Fluttershy and Applejack don't really do much in this movie.
well, Fluttershy just says yay over and over again.
She says yay over and over again. Applejack gets like that small thing at the end where she kind of like whatever.
I don't know. I thought that.
Because kind of like Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, they kind of like helped make the new friends and whatnot. And then Fluttershy and Applejack are just there along for the ride and there to kind of help. Fluttershy not too much, but Applejack a bit more. I wish
Applejack.
Applejack's
Applejack,
more
like,
voice of reason.
well, at the start there was a cool joke between Applejack and Rainbow Dash. It was like remember when she brings out the cider and Rainbow Dash like drinks it and she's like zipping by every time and Applejack just like automatically fills the cup up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I
does.
thought that was pretty cool.
She finally gets her apple cider.
This is part of what like bugs me about the movie a little bit, and like it's understandable, and I don't really hold it against it, but I do at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like so if this movie would have been made for the fans, like just for the fans and for anybody who's familiar with the show, like I mean a lot of like the intro section would have been, I think, a little bit like because you know they make it a point to mention the cider thing and to talk about the barn and all the shit that everyone already knows except for all the people who don't watch the show, right? So I mean, you could have skipped most of this shit, right? You could have got into it a lot quicker, which might have left more time. And another thing would be, you know, maybe this film could have been a bit longer to kind of
I definitely got that feeling.
like because Louis mentions you know, Applejack and Fluttershy not having much significance in terms of you know, befriending other characters. Which, you know, because if they all would have helped befriend people more directly, like including Applejack and Fluttershy, and I guess that's it. Yeah. That would have been like more thematically. What's the word I'm looking for? Like that would have been stronger thematically. No, it would have been stronger because all of them are involved in saving the day at the end, right? So it would tie together better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then they all would have been more involved in you know the whole friendship thing. But because this movie is so short and because we do spend time at the beginning, you know, introducing all the characters to all the faggy normies. You know, unfortunately, there's just not enough time here, and you can tell that. I mean, this is paced pretty quickly. I mean, we
Oh yeah.
shit. It's on a fucking roll, man. After they escape from the desert town, it's like just at one scene after the other, next plot point to next plot point, like super quick. There's not a lot of downtime, which I'm fine with again. And obviously, you know, they do a movie, and it's like, well. The people investing in this movie want it to do more than just appease fans and people who are already into the show, right? Like they want this to do commercially well as well, or potentially at least. So you can't really get away from this at some point, right?
No.
You have to make that concession, which fine, like I get it, but you know that could have made it stronger, I think.
Yeah. Well, also, like you know, you really don't get control like the over what's actually in the movie because you have you have like PR groups and stuff you're going through, and you have like, you know, the producers, they want this and they want that, and they'd be like,
Yeah,
well, the
I mean,
fans like Fluttershy, so have her say yay more often, you know.
it's the same with the show. Like you know, the writers will write the episode, and then they have to send that script to the story editor, and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
also send that script to Hasbro, and then Hasbro says, "No, we don't like this. Like, get rid of that, or think of something else." Right? And then
Well,
there's always constantly people telling you that, you know, you can't do this or you can't do that, or you have to add this or you have
well,
to change this. And I would imagine for the movie, it's even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
You know, definitely. So, you know, taking that into consideration, I mean, what we got here is really true to the series. And
Oh, yeah.
like, truth be told, you know, there's a lot of concepts that they throw at the audience here that sound fucking stupid if you don't know what they're talking about. Like Twilight being the princess of friendship, when she's singing about being the princess of friendship. Imagine not knowing the show and sitting there listening to that. Like, what? This sounds so fucking stupid, doesn't
It's
it?
like,
It
oh
just
my god, the
sounds-
magical princess of friendship.
it's what the fuck does this even mean? Right? Like, how can you be the princess of friendship, right? If you watch the show, you get it because you have the context of everything. You have all the stories culminated in your mind, right? They've explained it. You get it. Here, you're a normie. It's like, what the fuck am I? Why am I watching this? Like, you have this desperate urge to pull out your phone at that moment and start texting your friends, right? Because you're like, this is fucking retarded shit, you know. But the movie doesn't do that dumb thing where it ignores these things or tries to explain these things in great detail. All it focuses on explaining is really the characters and some of the backstory of the world, I guess. You know, like Luna and Celestia raised the moon, but the things they do explain about the world, like how the ponies do control the weather, they do that through dialogue, like indirectly.
Yeah.
Like Pinky will turn, you know, the clouds come in, and then Pinky turns to Rainbow and goes, "Did you order a storm?" You know, it's like, what? Order a storm? What could that mean? Well, maybe it means that the ponies, right? So they do it like indirectly,
Yeah,
without
yeah.
blatantly, which is nice, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But like, we all already know this, right? So,
Well,
like,
yeah.
you know,
Well, actually, Louis did bring up an interesting point when we were watching it. Does this mean that the sun and the moon never rised or set during the entire time of the movie?
Shoot, yeah. I remember making that point.
Because if you watch the movie, there's
Yeah.
never a dark scene.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So it's just constant daylight, which is it's gotta be terrible on their skin.
because we know that
Yeah.
we know that 3 days passed in the movie, right?
Yeah.
And which
Or
again
supposedly.
is a big. It really makes things not make sense because they've traveled farther than ever before.
Well, okay, that bugs me because it's like it's like literally the next scene they're like in the desert, and does that really mean that would be like saying that like we went from like the tip of Canada down to like Southern California in like a day, maybe walking? I don't think so.
yeah, the scale here is pretty astronomical.
Yeah,
But then again, like Kay, I think they kind of know this because like during that scene we were talking about earlier, where Pinky says it's time to bake our way out of this, or whatever the fuck she says, right?
Bake
That's them literally saying, we don't fucking know, but here you go, they're there,
well,
right?
if you've ever seen if you a big trouble, there's like a scene where they're all like climbing up to the next level trying to get out of this cave,
Mm-hmm.
and the main part of the cast comes up and like everyone else is basically up over the hill, and they're like, how did you get up there? And someone responds, it wasn't easy.
Yeah, right. It's just them spotlighting the absurdity of it, right?
Yeah.
Which is supposed to make the audience more accepting of what happened because they're acknowledging
It's
it.
like, see guys, we're
Yeah.
totally dumb here.
Yeah. And sometimes it works to good effect, but sometimes it's like, yeah, I don't care if you spotlight it, like it's so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like you're not fooling anybody, but you know.
It's like, we have no idea what to do here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Louis, where we at?
Where are we at?
About the songs.
Yeah, baby.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
Oh God.
We're talking about the songs. The songs were good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Why couldn't I
Sorry.
hear you?
I was
Songs
looking
are
at my
tasty.
indicator for sound, and it just stopped working.
Yeah,
for a
mine
second,
was
so
doing
I
the
was like-
same thing. It was weird.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
I can
no.
hear all of you perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Law.
Can you hear
Alright.
me?
I can hear you too, Corpulent.
Thank you.
Anyways,
Corpulent's gay.
so
Fuck
do
that guy.
we want to go to songs by order or just like, good songs?
Well, they're all good. What are you
I
talking
hate
about?
I hate all
hold
of
on.
them.
Well, I
Okay,
was.
hold on. I want to hear Louis' shit opinion on the music, so feel free.
Oh God.
Feel free.
Oh shit, man! You're putting me on the spot.
Yeah, come on. What'd you think of all the music by?
Hold up, I have to remember.
Sigh.
I have to remember all the songs since I've only seen it once.
We got this.
We
You got this.
we
I-
got this. Open up your eyes. We got the beat.
Well,
Round to see the world.
I'll do it in order for you here.
Whatever the heck that.
I can't have two people talk at the same time.
We
about
got
the song.
this.
Okay.
We got this. The Capper song. It's time to be awesome song. The one little thing, one small thing, which is a Sea Pony song.
That's one
And
of
then
them I didn't
the
like.
Open Up Your Eyes, the Sia song, and then there's the Off to See the World. I've heard the soundtrack more than 30 times in the past week.
Anyways,
Yeah,
I've heard some
Corpulent,
of the
Corpulent has turbo autism.
it's
Everybody's
it's then
Turbotism.
yeah, I remember which one I didn't like. It was the Sea Ponies one.
You didn't,
You didn't
like
like
the
that?
jazz. You didn't like the jazz song. What are you fucking
One
gay?
small thing.
I guess I'm just not a big fan of jazz.
You're
Well-
gay. You fucking have shit taste.
All
all
right.
good.
Well,
I couldn't pinpoint exactly
Okay.
since I wasn't paying too much
So-
attention to that song. 'Cause I didn't
Yeah.
like
So
it.
like, we can sit here and debate like I don't know, like composition, but that would be dumb. Like I mean,
yeah.
I think like okay, so I liked most of the music in the movie, and the reason I liked it is because well, I'm a fan of most genres of music, so like that, and I think Daniel Ingram's pretty competent, and he
Yeah.
wrote some stuff here that I just liked. Like I didn't not like it, so you know, I think it's good. In terms of composition, like lyrically, I mean, it's like typical pony music. Like it's some lines are pretty juvenile and it's super simple.
Lyrically,
like,
Open
whatever.
Up Your Eyes is pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Open Up Your Eyes is probably the best.
I have to admit, I really like that one. But yeah, of course, everyone's gonna like the villainess song. You know, it's like
Villains
Yeah.
have the coolest songs.
It's a good
and
song. I liked it.
it was funny because like I looked it up on YouTube. Oh my God, this is this film. It beats every Disney villain song in the entire world, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I mean, I think it's good on its own. I mean, if I compare it to something like
Like
Ursula's song from The
Hellfire
Little
or-
Mermaid or Hellfire or something like
Yeah.
those like Hellfire I think composition wise is probably better, but like lyrically and like idea wise, like the ideas the song is presenting, here
Yeah.
it's not it's quite like banal in my opinion. Like it's just
Well,
kinda
yeah, no,
dumb,
that
but-
was kind of the thing is I wasn't like super impressed by it because it was like
no.
it was like, hey guys, it's the villainy and it's villainous. You know, it wasn't like a song that like pops into my head like the first time I think about it is I'm the bad guy from Wander Over Yonder, and like in comparison, I don't know, like it kind of sounds like
I don't get the feeling that it's like on the nose, haha, listen to my evil song. I don't really get that feeling. I just mean like the concepts, or like Tempest, like this is kind of the point, like Tempest is wrong and her worldview is stupid, but that's reflected lyrically in the song. And what I'm saying is that like just looking at it as what she's presenting lyrically, or what the writers do, you know, it's dumb.
is interesting.
But it's functional in the movie. Like it's good.
She's
in
singing.
that
She's
regard.
singing like this badass song, but really, what she's doing is she's telling Twilight her story.
yeah,
And at
yeah.
the end of all that,
Yeah,
at the end of
obviously.
all that, the first thing Twilight says to her is, "I'm sorry that you're so alone." You know, and that's like, and Tempest is, or Fizzlepop is like, what? Like she wasn't expecting that reaction. She was expecting like despair or something. So that song was really like
Yeah.
cool and well done, well sung, well.
Oh yeah.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
it-
obviously.
it's
Another
definitely
song-
a good song.
Another
don't
song
get
I
me
really
wrong.
liked was "It's Time to Be Awesome," man.
Oh, Jesus. That
lyrically,
song.
the only reason why I would
This
say,
is like the meme song that everyone thinks is the best song.
Well,
no,
it's
it really
not a
is
bad
good
song.
It's not a
I
bad
know,
it
song.
is
It's
a good
really
song.
good.
It's
I like
catchy.
it too.
And
It
the
is,
lyrics
yeah.
are actually pretty decent, although they do get slightly repetitive. They're actually not that repetitive. Like they
Well,
sound
and then
similar,
it's
but they
like-
change.
And it's
And,
basically Rainbow
it's-
Dash, like going up to
If it
someone.
just wasn't all about awesomeness, it would be a lot better.
Well, yeah, no. It's
It's ridiculous.
basically Rainbow Dash going up to someone who feels like they're living a humdrum life and telling them it's time to stop doing this and feel awesome. And like honestly, how many people can relate to that feeling? It's like everyone sits at their shitty jobs and they're like, ugh, I hate this. I wish, and everyone would just want like Rainbow Dash to come in and be like, start singing about being awesome with them. I mean,
Like,
yeah.
You know what I like about it? Like, I like how dumb it is. Like, just be awesome, because like Rainbow Dash is obviously not the most articulate fucking horse, right?
Yeah.
Like to her, like be awesome means like 10 different things, right? Like
Yeah.
here it's like you say she means like be your fucking self and fuck this guy. He's oppressing you. He's a piece of shit. He's a tyrannical dictator. Fuck him. Be cool and be you again, because that sounds like more interesting and more unique. Or
Well,
whatever.
that's only like
That's
a
what she
small part
means.
of the song. That's a small part of the song. 'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
the other
Like, yeah,
half of
obviously.
the song is basically the pirates realizing that, hey, this is what we used to be, and you're right. I do feel that light, inside.
Yeah, I mean,
think
and
we
isn't
might
that
have
like,
something.
I don't know, I thought it was a pretty awesome thing.
Yeah, I know, but
Like-
all I'm saying is that like that's a part that I really like. I like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I like how they stay true to the characterization of Rainbow Dash, right? And it just sounds like to any fucking idiot, right? Any normie, they're immediately thinking this is gay. I hate this. Time to be awesome. Wow, how
did
fucking
too.
deep and profound.
The
Right,
first
wow, that's
line,
gay.
the first time I heard it, the first line or two, I'm like, oh no, this isn't another Dash song about being awesome. Is it?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? By the end of it, I was like, yeah, it's time
Yeah,
to be awesome.
yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Well, it hypes you up too, like like
Yeah.
just the progression of the composition too. Like it's just that.
Ow, what the hell?
whoa.
Hey, Louis being attacked by space invaders.
Oh, it's Louis.
In the chat
Recorded.
when you fix shit.
Is it
But,
fixed?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know why that happened. It's
What'd you do? What happened? Did like
What
the
happened?
vacuum?
okay. I don't
Yeah.
know what's happening with
Alright.
that. It's been happening to me lately. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Alright.
Anyways, yeah, like, no, it's a good song. It's a good
Oh, yeah.
song, and like it gets.
I hate to cut this short, but I've really got to go.
Oh,
Where are
you
you
gotta
going?
To see the
I'm
movie
going-
again.
Yeah.
Oh.
But see, it's fun because like it's basically like I have so many groups of friends that are like wanting to watch it individually, and I get to like watch it with like so many different groups of people. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that happened to me too, man. I got to see it twice. I'm gonna go see it by myself too.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right,
I
John.
had
Well, thanks for
I
hanging out.
had fun. Yeah.
Have a good
Thanks.
time, man.
See you later.
Oh, thanks.
Peace out.
I'll try to get another one going some other time.
All right.
I
Let's
guess
see if I can
We can
well,
do
figure
it.
out how to get
Finale.
out of here.
yeah, maybe we should cut this short, and then we'll start it again later,
can,
like maybe on Sunday.
Or we could do one on the finale too,
Come
man.
come back to part 2.
Yeah, fucking yeah.
Yeah. The finale's coming up. I totally forgot
Yeah,
about
No,
it's
it.
like, it's
fucking
out.
terrible.
It's
Nobody
leaked.
watch it. Yeah, it's leaked.
Okay.
What? All right.
The rest of the season leaked. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, audience, for joining us for the MLP movie. Come back next week when we talk about our feelings.
Louis, this was terrible. I regret it. I
Yeah.
regret the whole thing.
Oh, totally.
I
Yeah,
guess,
it's horrible.
I guess you were disappointed, weren't you?
I was very disappointed.
I'm so disappointed because I gotta head out. Auf Wiedersehen.
Whatever. No one loves me anyways.
I love you. Oh, jeez.
It's gay.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, the movie was pretty cool.
Movie was good. I
I
guess.
watched
I guess we can
it
do
was 9 out of 11.
final thoughts. Your scores. Whatever you want to say.
Oh, you want scores? Oh man, like 9 out of 10.
All right. 9 out of 10.
I thought it was
Wow,
nine.
not picking 9 out of 11. I give it like a solid, like as a movie, as an animated movie, I'd give it like 9.5 out of 10.
I give it
As a
8 out of
movie in
10.
general, I'd give it about 7 out of 10. As a pony movie, I'd give it 10 out of 10.
I give it an 8 out of 10 as a movie, and a 10 out of 10 as a pony movie as well.
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Your
great.
taste isn't that bad then.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.